Hi, it's Ben for Patreon. This video I'll be reviewing the LEGO Movie 2 Emmets Thricycle set number 70823. Here's the one minifig that's included with the set, and this minifig is Emmett. Overall, this is a very simple minifig, but it does have a few nice details to it. I really like the torso print on this minifig because there are various different scrapes and scratches to show the damage that he's taken whilst living in Apocalypseburg. I also really like the face print on this minifig because it's really expressive and really fits the personality of this character. Around the back of this minifig there's some more torso printing and a alternate face where Emmett looks a bit scared. Here's the first side build of the set. The first side build of the set is this little piece of scenery. Overall this is a really good build, even though it is quite simple. This scenery build is sort of split into three different sections. So first of all I'm going to be taking a look at the centre section. The middle section of this build is by far the simplest part of this build, but it does still have some nice details such as the bits of rock sticking out, and the general sort of messy design of this rock face. I also really like these curved pieces around the front, and the little bit of sand that's at the base of this build. This part of the build can also be used as a stand for the main build of the set. So essentially there are these two holes in the rock, and you just push these two pieces into there, and then the Emmets Thricycle can stand up without falling over. On one side of the build there is this catapult, which is a very simple build, but I do quite like the little bit of rock that's built up around it. It has a simple feature where you just press on this, and it launches off a tyre. I do quite like how it's a tyre instead of just a generic cylinder piece like most LEGO catapults use, but overall this is a very simple and kind of boring build. On the other side of this build there is this petrol pump, which is a very simple build, but it does look quite nice, and it also has some quite nice details to it. I really like the overall colour scheme for this build, because the dark tan and the black contrast really well with the bright red and the white. I also really like these stickers on this build, because whilst I don't like stickers, these ones do add a lot of detail, such as the rust, the various different bits of decay on this petrol pump, and just in general it looks very messy and it looks like it's been there for a while, and that's a really good look for this petrol pump. I also really like the broken down Octane logo on this piece right here at the top. I also really like these small details such as the sort of layering of the plates and how one of them is light tan and the other one is dark tan, and also this little plant piece here that's just sort of shriveled and decayed, and that just definitely adds to this overall scene. Overall, this is a really good side build with lots of detail and texture, which just looks really good. Here's the second side build of the set, and the second side build of the set is a Duplo Invader. Overall, this is a very nice design, even though it is very simple. I really like all the bright colours that have been used for this build, such as the red, the orange, and the blue in the eyes. I also really like the overall shape of this build, because it's got a really nice smooth top to it, and also the bottom half of it looks like a Duplo brick, with the really large studs that also work as the Duplo Invader's teeth. And that's just a really good design for this build. This Duplo Invader build also has a couple of features. The first feature of this Duplo Invader is the mouth, and you can just open and close the mouth by grabbing on the head, and then it just goes up and down for talking or eating minifigs, or whatever you want to do with this opening and closing mouth of the Duplo Invader. It works really well, and you can get into different poses with this feature. The second feature of this Duplo Invader build is the rotating eye. To activate that, you just grab on this piece at the back and rotate it around. It works really well and looks really good. However, I do wish that it was covered up slightly better around the back. Here is the main build set, and the main build set is Emmets Thricycle. I really like the way this vehicle looks, because the three wheels stacked on top of each other combined with the unique shape gives this a really good design that looks really interesting. One other thing that I really like about this design is all the small little details that are included, such as the mud flaps, the light on the front, along with this little bit of detail here, these stickers down here that show the stripes, and also these various different lights down at the bottom, along with this little bit of texture at the back. So in general it's very well detailed, and that definitely adds a lot to this overall design. Whilst overall I do really like this design, there's one small problem with it, and that is that it does quite often fall over. Even when the stabilizers are out, it's really wobbly, and it doesn't stay out very well. It can be quite a big issue with the build, because quite often pieces will fall off, and there's one example here where the exhaust fell off. I don't know where those pieces have gone, so that's kind of annoying. Also, the minifig does quite often pop off when this thing falls over, like this, and that just gets really annoying. I wish that it was just a little bit more stable, because overall it's a great build, but that can get very annoying. That's it for this review. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like and subscribe.